Friday, August 20th, 2021. Today on the Daily Review, we discuss Jane Campion's masterpiece. I almost said Jane Masterpiece's Campion. 1990's The Piano, starring Jennifer Jason Leigh, Harvey Keitel, and young Anna Paquin. Let's not forget Sam Neill, with your host, Joe LaRocca. The best damn show on the internet. Ooh. Only got a little bit of feedback for coming down real hard on Vin Diesel yesterday. Got a thumbs down, But I think that's Vin Diesel himself, because like I said, he seems like a real insecure loser. That's the feud I want to start on this channel. I want a Vin Diesel feud. Although I love the Iron Giant and Pitch Black. I don't love Pitch Black, but it's good. Okay, anyway, let's talk about The Piano. Here's a classic movie that I had not seen ever, which is nuts. I think I was too young when it came out to be interested in this sort of thing, because it is a period piece. It feels like a Merchant Ivory movie, and it's a romance. So, when I was 10, I was like, not interested. It feels very much, yes, Merchant Ivory, and a little bit like Jane Campion. She has a little bit more poetic stuff in there, I'm sorry guys, what the fart is his name? Tree of Life. Now I'm stuck in a thing where Terrence Malick, who I'm going to get to meet this year. Apparently he's coming to BC. Anyway, sorry about that. Yes, it's got a little bit of a Terrence Malick vibe as well. Anyway, it's the story of Jennifer Jason Leigh, who is Scottish and mute, and basically gets married off to Sam Neill in New Zealand. So she travels there with Anna Paquin, her daughter, and her beloved piano, which is essentially her means of communication. She's a very independent, stalwart woman. And she gets there, and Sam Neill and her don't really see eye to eye. He's upset that she's so small, and they don't seem to have any connection, and it's kind of sad. And there's good use of voiceover, because our character is mute, and it doesn't feel cheap. It's just used in the beginning and the end, and it actually makes it kind of interesting. It's a new way of doing it. So what ends up happening is they can't get the piano up from the beach, because it's too heavy to carry, and Sam Neill can't pay the people to do it. He just doesn't even want it. He doesn't care. And that's when Harvey Keitel's character, who is a loner, this gruff, he isn't Maori born, but he has Maori tattoos and stuff. He is like, I want the piano, but if I take it, someone will have to teach me. And you're like, okay, yeah, he's in love with Jennifer Jason Leigh, or at least in lust. We're not sure. So Keitel gives off some of his land and trades it for the piano, and thus begins the second act, which is him being taught, which is really this elaborate, drawn-out sex game of him giving her the piano back one key at a time by letting him touch her legs and look up her dress and touch her neck, and it's pretty sexy. Actually, they do a really good job of it, even though it does seem it's a little pervy, but it's also such a repressed time. And you start to get the idea that he does genuinely care for her, so it's not gross, which is a fine balance that I think is, because the director is female, that comes off much less gross, especially the way they film it, than it probably would if it were made in the 80s by a dude. Anyway, yes, I won't spoil anything, but that obviously things go awry. And if you're a smart film viewer, halfway through, you're going to go, oh shit, he's not learning to play the piano. That's probably going to be a problem eventually. someone's going to be like, hey, play us a song, because it's such a small community, and what he did is so bizarre, and everybody knows that she's going over to his like little shack to teach him piano. And you're like, and then you also know that the daughter's good. Anna Paquin's got to factor in somehow, and she's going to probably get involved, and all of that happens. And it's quite good. Let me tell you the things that I like the best. Playing the piano through the cracked box on the beach, that's the best thing ever. That's like the most beautiful image I can think of. And then when they get left on the beach, most of my favorite stuff happens in the first act, actually. They make a tent out of the bustle of the dress, which is awesome. That's so smart. I love that. It's like clever visual and like thematic, how they're going to use their womanliness that is made a cage for them, but it's also protecting them. And it's like, oh my God, this is interesting. There's stuff happening here, like visual metaphors, like the filmmakers trying to tell the story with images. Oh my God. I want Jane Campion to direct a Fast and Furious movie. Be awesome. The Fast. Just call it that. I love the wedding photo in the rain. That's genius. Oh no. Okay. I gotta get going. I gotta my second dentist appointment ever. No. Anyway, the big problem I have with it, all the performances are great, especially Harvey Keitel. He's so interesting in his performance, and Jennifer Jason Leigh is, she's got hurdles upon hurdles to deal with in this, restrictiveness in her costume and restrictiveness with her inability to speak, But the thing that I think really misses is the score isn't very memorable or great. Isn't that weird? Seems like we should be able to hum the score to this movie. That's my opinion. And I can't even really think of it. It should be something grand and romantic and piano-based, obviously. I can't really remember any of the music. Maybe that was intentional. Maybe they didn't want something cheesy or too cinematic. I mean, I would love to listen to what her thoughts are on that, but it's interesting. So anyway, this is a great movie. It's on Netflix. I think it maybe just came on Netflix because I just recently realized it was there. So I got to watch that. And maybe I'll just do a series of movies with the weird piano in it because I like a lot of them. Sorry, I'm going to wrap it up a little bit quickly, but I want to point out one other movie that I think is going to take the B-movie world by storm. It is a Tubi original movie. That's Tubi, original movie called Swim that just came out starring Joey Lawrence. Whoa! The kid brother of that guy. Just watch it. Just watch it. It's really, it might be like a The Room level bad, I mean, it already seems more funny bad than Santa Jaws. So it is it's a shark gets into a house. Just check it out. It's on Tubi for free. I just you heard it here first, okay? All right, little tiny bit of music. And then I gotta go. Let's see if I can get this to work today. You're not hearing that, are you? That thing, why does your guitar people, why does the jack get loose all the time there? see you later today for My Favorite Fridays. Peace.